What's going on? Matt Malatesta. We're here in the VYPE podcast room. Dominique Dillingham, Klein Collins, girls basketball. Her backstory, awesome. This is the time for women's basketball tournament. The NCAA is going on right now, of course. March Madness, guys and girls. Girls is on the come up. There's so much amazing, great content from girls basketball.
Right.
That's why we wanted to have you on. You are knee deep in it. We're going to go history lesson back in time. You were the point guard at Mississippi State when Mississippi State beat Duke. They beat UConn. They beat UConn. 111 game winning streak. Y'all beat them in the Final Four?
Yep.
In the Final Four. How was that? Was that completely wild? Were you shocked? Honestly, you're going to not say you were shocked? Had to have been shocked.
In that moment, not shocked just because of, so a little more backstory. The year prior, we got beat by 60 to that same UConn team.
Awkward.
Yeah, awkward. Granted, they didn't have Brianna Stewart, Morgan Tuck. They had Mariah Jefferson. They had another person coming off of that starting five. They all graduated to WNBA. So they lost them, but then it comes in, what's her name? Katie Lou was still there. Sanaya Chong was still there. You had Gabby Williams there. You had...
When they get off the bus, you're already down 15 points. In my mind.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when you're playing, like, Duke basketball or Bama football, you're already down.
Yep.
But I was watching that game, and I'm like, because I was watching because you were in that game, and you had been in VYPE, and we're like, holy crap, she's doing this.
Yeah.
What was it like being on the floor with that competitive nature? That was your Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a big game. So the year prior, when we got beat by 60,
right? We were
in shock. We were shell shocked.
Okay.
So moving on, like we went to that next year, that game when we played them again, we were like, we can't call them UConn anymore. We were just like, it's Connecticut. We're trying to, get past that shell shock. So going into that game that year, we were less shocked. We weren't like afraid of them.
Yeah.
So we I feel like we're more relaxed, obviously. So, but obviously finally beating them once the buzzer finally went off,
it was the Final Four.
Yeah.
That was the Final Four in overtime.
Yeah. So it was a lot of emotions. I don't think we went to bed till 3 a.m. and we had to be up at 8 a.m. for media, breakfast, all that good stuff. So it was a lot.
Well, okay, this would be me. You're probably not built like this, but me, if I'm in that game, I'm freaking out trying to not mess up. You are not. Y'all just play loose. Is that just being an athlete in those moments? The lights weren't that bright. What was it like? Because it's like, God, let's just hold on. Can we do this? Can we break this record?
Well, in that game, we got up really big quickly. I think we're up 15 at one point, and then obviously they start coming back before halftime, I'm pretty sure. And so if you get a good start, that helps you. But I think a lot of that comes from practice, and you do it every day in practice, repetition. So when you get out there on the court, it's not like
you're not freaked out
doing it for the first time.
Right.
So you know what you're doing. So it's not as big of a deal.
So then y'all advanced to the finals. First time ever in school history.
Yep.
Mississippi State, people don't even know where Mississippi State is, but I do. And there's the bell. Look, we're going to have to rock this bell here in a little bit. Y'all, exactly, yes. So y'all shocked the world.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all play USC, being South Carolina, the new USC for girls basketball, of course. What was that like? That was their first national championship. What was that experience like, being in the final game?
Obviously, it was an experience that our school had never been to, so that was amazing. Just creating history for our school. It was a great experience for me just because that was my last game, and it was in Dallas. It was in Texas, my home state. So being able to play around so many of my family and friends, that was a really big deal for me. And playing South Carolina again, we played them 3 times that year. So that was our 3rd time. We played them once in SEC. We played them once in the SEC tournament. And then we played them again for the final for the last game. So we had a lot of history with them.
Why is girls basketball become so popular?
I think
I'm talking like, I'm not going to say 18 months, but into the last
last
24
couple
months,
years, yeah.
it's gone from flatline to boom.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Why?
Couple things. NIL, marketing. You're seeing girls basketball more than you ever have. They're on your TVs. You got WNBA. You have the new league that they just created, Unrivaled. You're just seeing more of it on your TV. So I think, especially you have players like Paige. You have Juju. So it's just marketable players, and you're seeing more of us on TV, and we play hard.
I believe that, but I also believe that girls are more interesting than guys in general because girls are watching girls on social media, and so are guys.
Mm-hmm.
They just have a bigger voice, have something to say. They're polarizing.
Yeah.
And they're just big personalities. It was like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird back in the day. Now, of course, it's Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Juju, Paige, Asia Wilson. It's just I would rather watch the WNBA than the NBA. Does that sound weird?
No, I mean, NBA is one-on-one. And WNBA, college, women's basketball, it's fundamental. We're going to run plays. You're going to run sets. You're going to defend. So it's entertaining.
It is entertaining. Okay, so when you're at Mississippi, what was Mississippi? You're going from Houston, Texas.
Yes.
Well, let's call it Klein. I'm not going to say y'all like inner city.
Oh, my God. I used to always have to explain that. I would be like, I'm from Houston. And they look me up. You're from Spring.
Right. Spring is not exactly, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
Going to Mississippi State, what was that? Was it a culture shock or it was fine or it was cool? What was it? No.
It was a culture shock.
I got you.
Mm-hmm. I was, after summer, I was like, I'm ready to go home. I'm like, at that time, the portal's not popping. So
right.
No portal. I'm not the type that's going to like jump ship anyways. But so I call home. I'm like, I'm ready to go. My parents are like, you're not going anywhere. Yeah. So like, obviously it was a culture shock. It was different.
What was so different?
There's nothing to do. Nothing to do.
There's not a lot to do. And I mean, they do kind of speak a foreign language there as well. Their like country thick accent is off the freaking chain.
Yeah.
And I got my wife's from Jackson, Mississippi, and I can't understand her sometimes.
It's Starkville.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta have that southern drawl.
So how did you make it work?
I mean, what really got me was the people. I mean, you say the accent, but like just the way they treat you, it was like my second home. So like just time. I mean, as time went on, you make those connections. I was there a month and I was like, I'm ready to go. But as time went on, I got closer to my teammates, got closer to my coaches. More people came to campus. I was there in the summer, so it was us and football.
That's a good point.
So it was nobody. Just as the season went on, and then you're winning. That our first year there, we didn't win that much, but as it went on, you win more. Winning hides a lot. It makes you busy, and so I just got used to it. But the people are what really sold me about starting.
What was your second choice?
Ooh.
Did you have what was your second choice? You're like, Mississippi State. The recruiting process is totally different now. Yeah. But what would have been your second choice?
No one knows this. Like, everyone just sees that I went to Mississippi State, but I was really recruited by smaller schools.
Yeah.
So I had official visits to FAU. I had a visit to ULL, Georgia State, and then I had one more, I can't remember, but so I go to Mississippi State first on my official visit, and I canceled the rest of them after I went there. I was like, I'm sold. But if I didn't choose Mississippi State, I was going to ULL.
Yeah, you were. Yes, you were.
Yeah. So,
you be crawfish and pow, pow, pow.
I love crawfish.
I know. I mean, we basically live in Louisiana for the most part. Yeah. So then now, fast forward now, high school kids. Could you coach at Klein Collins?
I do.
What are they different? Are they the same? Different. Is it because you're just older and you're looking back and you're like, oh, y'all are so soft? What is different about them?
I think social media.
100.
One.
Yep.
Number one. I mean, me growing up, we had Twitter and Facebook, but now it's Instagram, it's TikTok. I mean, kids now don't usually use Twitter a lot, but they have just so much more. They're seeing so much more at a younger age, and it's the age of comparison. Well, so and so doesn't have to do that, so why do I? Or like, you don't coach her like that. So it's just a lot of comparison, and I think entitlement, just because of the social media, like they're just exposed to a lot more at a younger age. So yes, things are different, but I think it's all about how you coach people. You can't coach everyone the same, and that's some of
the
what the
biggest
coach.
difference, I think.
Yeah, that's what some of the players don't understand, and then some coaches don't understand, that you can't coach everyone the same.
I totally believe that. The beauty of you is you're young.
Mm.
I mean, you're not that far away from being being in their age, kind of.
Yeah.
How does that help you?
It helps me because I'm able to build those relationships. I've been there, I've done it, I played at the highest level, so they respect me in that aspect. And then just when I'm trying to tell them to do something, they respect me because, like I said, I've done it. And then off the court, I'm just able to bond with them because I do see a lot of the same things that they're seeing on social media. So I
Totally.
know what they're talking about, and I'm just able to talk to them on that personal level.
Which makes perfect sense. You go out of Mississippi State, and then you were coach, or go back to Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
Your coach, Vic Shaefer.
Mm-hmm.
You're already smiling. So now Vic Shaefer is at UT.
Mm-hmm.
UT balling in the SEC
Yeah.
and now in the NCAA tournament. What do you think about him makes it work? Why is he successful?
He's successful because he knows how to get the best out of people. He's going to challenge you. He's going to push you. He's going to love you. And he's going to make sure you get to that next level.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, he's good. He's won everywhere,
Yeah.
which makes a lot of sense. I mean, but now he's got a team. Do they have a team with enough that can win the whole thing?
They have enough. They got the post players. They got the guard play. They got the point guard. It's all about having a good point guard. Your team only goes as far as your point guard.
Do you see a lot of Rory Harmon in you, or vice versa?
So I didn't play primarily point guard.
Yeah.
I played mostly like off the ball.
You were
But
the defender. You're the glove,
defender,
the
but
lockdown.
Yeah.
Bam.
I see parts in Rory of me where she's able to calm her team down. I was kind of the glue on defense, especially. So I was able to kind of hold down the front line on that. So she has a presence about her. And I know when Coach Shaefer was recruiting me, that's one of the things he liked about me was I just had an on-court presence. I was able to, especially in high school, jump center, go back, get the ball, do everything. But she's she controls the tempo of the game.
You're not, I mean, I could see both of y'all as kind of like, you're not a scream hyper, like, in your face leader. You're just kind of a placid leader for the most part. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
I could see that.
Yeah.
That is funny that you say that about the point guard, because you have to have a point guard in college basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or you're not going to be any good.
Okay, so that helps me with my bracket. I'm continuing on with my bracket.
All about your point guard play, and then your post play. Rebounding is going to win championships for you.
Well, yes, I guess they have both. Who do you love to watch in the college game? Who's your favorite player?
My favorite player? I love Paige Beckers. Yeah.
What is it about her? I'm not sure she's that good. But she seems like she's somebody you want to hang out with.
Yeah, she can do everything. She's a humble superstar. I was watching them play this past Sunday. I think they played Sunday.
Yeah.
And Rebecca Lobo said a good thing where before halftime she had 20 points.
Yeah.
She doesn't really get hype a lot. But she had 20 points, like I said, before halftime. She made a pass to her teammate. The teammate knocked down the three, and that's when she started celebrating. At UConn, they don't celebrate themselves; they celebrate their teammates, and that's what I really like about Paige. She's just super humble. Like, you wouldn't know she's a superstar. You wouldn't know she's a millionaire. She just walks in the room, and she does have that aura to her about her.
She does. Yeah. I mean, she just seems like a vibe, dude.
Yeah, she is.
It's like she can hang out with me, who's old, or younger people.
Yeah.
But no, she does seem super cool, and it's funny to see. It's cool to see coaches being a dad of girls.
Mhm.
Dad, you could see like a dad coach and a superstar player. They're gonna bang it out.
Yeah.
Not they're gonna fight it out. But there's a lot of love between. You could just see genuine love between Gino and her,
Yeah.
and the rest of the
Yeah.
team, of course.
Yeah.
But there's always kind of a soft spot.
Yeah.
For
She's
her, it
gone
seems
through a
like.
lot too. 2 ACLs, and she's just.
Speaking of that, speaking about Mississippi State, do you find that the what would you say, the people upset about Mississippi State playing rough against Juju and her having an ACL injury against USC, who are the darlings of college basketball, pretty much? Did you see it that way?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
No one's ever out playing to hurt someone, but that's just how Mississippi State plays. They play to compete. They play hard, but you could get hurt any moment. She got hurt the game before, so you already have an ankle injury. Everything is connected on your leg, so that goes a lot into it. But
it makes a lot of sense because they don't want Juju Watkins to get hurt. I mean, that's kind of a meal ticket. Entertainment, right. But they're playing to win.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so lame that they're like, oh my God, that's a dirty play. No, it's not. It's just
they're
sports,
just
dude.
upset, emotional. But it's just like, you've never played a game of basketball.
Right.
Or obviously, we got the couch coaches. So, yeah, we call them.
Are you talking to me? She's talking directly to me.
Got the couch coaches who think they know a little bit
right,
about basketball.
Too much. Okay, when y'all win at Mississippi State, y'all have that huge game against UConn. You'll have a great season leading up. How are the ESPYs?
Oh,
woo! I gotta hear about some ESPYs.
The ESPYs, it was a time. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Saw so many famous people.
You got to get all dressed up. The whole thing. Who all went?
For my team?
Yeah.
Morgan Williams. So she was our point guard. She hit the shot. They call her Itty Bitty. Victoria Vivians. She plays for Seattle, and she coaches at Mississippi State now.
I saw that.
Yeah. She's really good. Brianna Richardson. Chinwe Okorie. And then Katera Chappell. She also coaches in college.
And then you.
And then me.
What was that experience like? Because y'all won the upset of the year.
We did.
Y'all win the ESPY. Starkville, Mississippi, to where? New York City?
We went to LA.
LA. Even
that was my first time.
Even a bigger culture shock.
Yeah.
What was it like? Who did you meet? What was the most fun part?
Well, so Dak is from state. Well, not from state, but we all went to school together. He was there. We met Deshaun Watson. He was there. Pretty cool. We met everybody. I don't know who we didn't meet. Kevin Hart was there.
Were you giant compared to him?
Isn't a giant?
I know.
Right?
Me?
Especially in heels.
I'm not giant next to Kevin Hart. But I mean, the experience was it when you're thinking like an LA moment?
It was. I mean, you're in shock, kind of. You're star shock. But we went to we had parties to attend, and so in the moment you're kind of just like acting like you're supposed to be there. You belong. But it was an amazing experience.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
That is. I would have been a fly on the wall for that. At Klein Collins, y'all building a program there that's won 3 straight district titles?
4
in a row. 4 in a row. I went to Klein Forest. I'm not mad at y'all. What is it about y'all's program that is got that kind of secret sauce of winning?
It's a culture and it's coaching. We
I was gonna say that.
We got the best coach in the district, Coach Lee, there. But it's all about culture and just instilling your values into your team and program. But from freshman level to varsity, they're all gonna act the same. They're all gonna play the same. So she does a really great job of instilling her values into her players and then just making them believe. I know this year not a lot of people had us pick to win district, and we kind of had a rocky. Did you have a?
Right, it was. But y'all lost a lot of players.
We lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
Yeah. So A lot of people count us out,
I know,
but
maybe
we won again. Just saying, but
yeah, and winning is fun, but winning brings light to the program. We talked about Summer Creek winning a state championship, which I mean, it didn't come out of nowhere, but they just either really played well as a team, because when you get off the bus with them, it's like, I don't know, they're kind of small, but they had a great season. Houston area talent. If you can play in Houston, can you play anywhere in the country?
If you play in Houston, yeah.
Dating back to when you were a kid too.
Yeah, when I was a kid, for sure.
Bruh.
For sure. We had Dekaney, who
was
my coach came from. They had 5 superstars on their team. But back in my day, Houston, we ran the state. But
yeah, I don't know.
It's a little different now, but you still have some good talent for sure.
There is some good talent, but I mean, if you think of the lineage of here, you had Charlie Collier. Brittany Griner, probably nobody's ever heard of her. Then you have what other stars came from here? Rory was a big time kid.
Brooke McCarty.
Brooke McCarty, Texas. She was really good. McDonald's All-American. There's just been a lot of really good players that have come through here. Is it changing? Why is it changing? What is the deal? Like, is it? I don't see girls going to prep schools like guys are going to. But is it just too diluted, the city of Houston? Is it too big? Does Cy-Fair Elite dominate? That's a lot of questions that I'm throwing at you. I know. There's a lot of things. Is AAU still hot? Is the coaching good? What? It seems like we're in a little bit of a lull.
I feel like it's a little bit of everything, but there's other areas that are growing also. So, like, you have Aaliyah Chavez from Lubbock, whoever has come out of Lubbock that's been Aaliyah Chavez. So, I mean, you just have other people putting in work. It's all about the work you're putting in. There's a lot of kids who don't want to work these days. So, the talent overall is just dropping off a little bit, I would say.
Maybe it's just kids. Yeah. Kids are just different now.
Kids are a little different.
They are a little different. We talked about Clear Springs. Were you surprised? Did you play them at all?
We played them, I think, my junior or senior year. I think my senior year we played Clear Springs. Yeah.
No, okay, so that was Clear Springs, and they were really good.
They were really good. Yeah.
What about Cy Springs this year? Did y'all face them at all?
We did not play them. We played them last season.
What did you think of Ayla McDowell? Can she play at South Carolina?
She definitely can play at South Carolina. She's a unicorn. She can do a little bit of everything. She's just going to have to get stronger, but I think she definitely can translate to the next level. And Dawn's a great coach, so she'll...
I'm excited to see her because she is kind of a quiet personality, but she is very, very athletic. She plays has kind of a rhythm of a guy's player, if that makes sense. But she's super good. What are we going to be like next year? What will Klein Collins be like next year?
So once again, we're losing some pieces. We have 4 leaving, but just like last year, we're going to just like this year, we're going to rebuild. It's all about playing chess. It's all about fixing your offense, your defense to tailor to who you have now. So we got this off season, we got spring to figure out some things, but we're going to reload and be back to what we were this year.
What is your take on AAU basketball? Why are you not coaching it? What are you doing? You would be perfect at that.
One day.
Okay.
One day.
But do you think that it's a fertile ground? Do you think they play too many games? Do you find value in it? Yeah. Surely. Tell me what your take is on it.
I love AAU. I think it's all about who you're playing. Are you getting better? There's a lot of coaches out there just getting money and not developing the players. It's all about developing your players. I'm all about AAU when you are making them better. AAU in the summer is about individual growth. We get them back in high school, that's about team basketball. So how are you making the players better? But I do love AAU basketball. I don't think they're playing too much. I mean, back in my day, like I said, we would play in 2 tournaments a weekend. We would play 6 games one day. So
all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I don't think they're playing too much basketball. So
if you were in your time machine and you went back to college, what brand would you want to rep as an NIL brand?
What brand?
Who would be, you would be the ambassador for what?
Oh, that's a
That's a
hard
good question. I mean, I come up with great
I
questions.
have like a couple in my head.
Okay, yeah.
You want,
It doesn't
like,
have to be one. It could be
one?
many.
Okay.
You're trying to get paid.
Stanley. I love a good
Oh
Stanley. Lululemon. I love athleisure. So gotta have that. Nike, of course.
You started off with Stanley.
And look, one thing about me, everyone who knows me is I walk around. I'm surprised I didn't bring it in here. I walk around my Stanley Cup. I stay hydrated.
That's actually pretty genius.
Right. Yeah.
Because no athlete, you're thinking, oh my gosh, Stanley's going to be my thing. That is pretty clever.
I missed out on NIL. I'm very sad about that.
Do you think it is going to be the downfall? What's worse? NIL? I know your answer already. NIL or the portal?
Oof.
Which one is best for athletes? Which one's the worst?
Okay. The best is obviously transfer portal.
The best? That's the best.
The best. Yeah. I feel like you should be able to, if you're unhappy, go somewhere else. Trust me, coaches don't want you. If you're unhappy, they don't want you there. You're a cancer in the locker room. NIL unrestricted. That's the worst for players. And for the coaches. Is someone else is just gonna buy your player from you, especially with the transfer portal. They can go anywhere they want. So they're just gonna take the highest bid these days. So I feel like NIL should definitely be restricted in some aspect. There should be a top amount of what they can earn.
Man, that is not what I was going to think you were going to say. The NIL is bananas because I think the portal's open now.
Yeah.
And y'all are still playing college girls, boys basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so hard to do as a coach, to manage that.
Yeah.
But I do see where, like, if you're unhappy, and here's my other thought. I have a lot of hot takes. I just want to run by you. I've talked a lot of, is it a lot of girl athletes also? And some guys, but they won't admit it. But when they go to college, the change is so drastic that you can kind of fall into, like, not like a state of depression, but you can kind of be like kind of spooked and overwhelmed. Yeah. And we've had like sports psychologists on. They've been great kind of explaining that. We've had players. Nancy Mulkey was a great example. She goes to OU and she's like, dude, I was depressed. It wasn't a fit.
Yeah.
How did you feel any of that? Or did you have teammates that felt that? How do you get beyond that? There's just a lot going on that people think, oh my gosh, she's a D1 player. Yeah. She's going there. She's living a glamorous life. It's not.
Yeah, definitely not. I didn't have that problem. I know people who have that problem. I've had teammates who felt that way. The biggest thing for me, I think, is it's all about having identity outside of basketball. You go to schools and you go there, these coaches tell you, oh, you're going to be a starter for us when you come, or you're going to play right away. You're not going to play right away. You're going to have to earn a spot. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to work harder than you've ever had to work, and nothing's going to be handed to you. So it is a shock when you get to places. And so I think it's all about your mentality, your mindset. And then if things don't go your way, are you, like you said, are you just going to go down this kind of spiral, or do you have an identity outside of basketball where it's okay if I'm not playing, I'm going to star in a different role? It's all about starring in your role for college players, and it's a really hard thing for them to understand it in high school. In high school, I preach that a lot to our players. They don't really understand what that means. You don't have to be the best offensive player. You can be the best defender. You can be the leading rebounder. You can make all the hustle plays. You got to do something that's going to get you on the floor.
Okay. I just had a big brainstorm right here.
Okay.
We're going to start a new brand of Stanley, but it's like, it's going to be
still on the Stanley,
but it's going to be star in your role.
Ooh.
Dude, if you said nothing today, that is where it's at. But it's really, that is one. Coaches probably struggle with that the most with kids, and kids struggle the most with that on a team. Yeah. Is what is your role? People don't want to admit what the role is, but they have to. What was your identity in college? What role did you feel like, hey, I'm starring in this role?
I was the lockdown defender. I knew every night I was gonna play defense on their best player.
Yeah.
So I knew I had one job. I mean, it was great if I hit a shot every now and then, an open shot, or if I could score 10 points here and there. But I knew for my team to be the most successful, I had to shut down their other team's best player.
Did you know you had double figures in the championship
I
game?
know.
Boom! She had double figures against South Carolina in the final. Who was the toughest guard?
Ooh, so in the Sweet 16, we played Washington, played Kelsey Plum.
And you had to guard her?
I did have to guard her. She's pretty good.
Did she?
Hell of a player.
Did you felt like your trash talk game was on point, or was it low?
Hey, I
Was it mid?
I don't have to trash talk. I
No?
like defense.
Oh.
But I do like to. I don't trash talk, but I always have like a little smile on my. I trash talk with my smile.
Yes, that is funny. Why were you a physical player like that? Did you grow up like playing football or something? Like what was it about the physicality that you liked?
So the first charge I ever took was in the driveway on the concrete from my mom. Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Oh, that's where I learned, it gets a little physical out there. But just growing up, my parents, my mom's a nurse, my dad is a retired policeman now. But so just they kind of instilled that hard work. If I fell, get back up. Like they didn't
your
play.
Parents already?
Yeah.
I already love your parents.
Yeah, they did not play.
Yeah. So you're taking bows, you're taking elbows in the driveway. Yeah. There was no 3-pointers. No 3-point line, like little chalk. No, you're in the lane. You stay in the lane.
No.
Dude, that is awesome. When you're playing in high school, what was it like being you in the high school world, walking the halls of high school of Klein Collins?
So long ago. Oh my God. My 10-year was like 2 years ago.
Don't even say how old you are.
So I'm just saying, it's been 2 years since my 10-year reunion.
So that makes 12.
Yep.
What was it like? Because you were kind of like, Klein Collins they got football, and they had girls basketball. Mm-hmm, yeah. So you were kind of the thing. So what was that like?
So we talked about this a little bit. Back then, basketball wasn't as hip as it is now. So I mean, I was good, but not a lot of people knew that in my high school. So it was. I mean, I felt normal. I mean, back then, I also feel like kids hung out a lot more outside of practice. So like we had our basketball group. We're at lunch. We're eating with basketball. So I was very locked in, focused on basketball for sure in high school. These days, they kind of go home or they go home after the games and
they don't hang out.
Yeah.
They're boring.
Yeah, they're just a little different. I mean, yeah.
We have to pivot back. Yeah. I don't think we're ever getting back to that. We're never getting back to that.
Oh, yeah.
We're never getting back to hanging out.
It's different. I think things changed after COVID. Like,
I didn't believe that, and now I 100% believe that.
Sure.
Kids are just weirder.
They're just, they went so long without any social interaction.
That long. They went like freaking, I don't know, 8 months, and everybody was cheating on tests and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was this like, they were just like, TikTok.
Yeah.
If there was no TikTok, the world may have exploded.
Yeah. Parents got used to not having any kids over the house. Like they're good at saying no, they can't come over anymore. So you got that. It's just they're not used to hanging out anymore.
What advice would you give a kid that's, let's call her a freshman, sophomore, that has got a future
in high school?
In high school.
Okay.
What path would you tell them, or what advice, having been there, would you give them?
My biggest thing is to keep working. It's all about the work you do outside of practice. And kids don't get that. They think they're just going to wake up and they're Michael Jordan, they're Juju Watkins. They just think they're going to be good, and they don't understand you have to put in extra work outside of practice. I remember in high school, I was going to 24-hour fitness at 5 a.m. Then I was going to high school. Then I was going to practice in high school. Then I was going to AU practice after school. So it's all about what you're doing outside of practice and actually putting in work.
You think that's it? I mean, look, you have to have some genes.
Yeah, you have to have some genes. Genes don't hurt, but
genes help.
Yeah, hard work is going to
Outgene the genes.
Outgene the genes every time, I promise you. And just playing hard. Like, playing hard is going to cover up a lot of mistakes a lot of the time if you just play hard.
Do you like kids playing multiple sports?
Love it. We preach that a lot at Klein Collins. Just stay in shape. You work on a lot of stuff like volleyball. Say they're working on jumping, all that.
There ain't no volleyball players playing basketball. I mean, vice versa.
We have a couple. It's hard.
Just because the seasons are.
Yeah. When I was in high school, it wasn't preached upon to play multiple sports. So now we're kind of in a new age where we're trying to get that out of their heads where, oh, well, I have to commit to one thing. Because the thing is, a lot of these kids aren't going to be going D1 or D2, D3. So your best chance is to play multiple sports and then until you find what you're really good at, especially as a freshman.
Do kids do it for fun anymore? Or is it, or here's the thing. Parents are annoying. Being a parent, I know this, but like, if you have to take your kid to practice, not unwillingly, but they're like, I'm not. The game is done. I mean, are they having fun doing this anymore? Is it too much basketball or too much football or training? I don't know. You tell me.
I think there's certainly a fine line. Like, I never want to be the parent. Like, if you don't want to do something, I'm not signing you up. But once you're committed to something, obviously you're going to training. But there is some overkill where you're making them go to training and stuff like that. But on the freshman level, especially, they're having fun. They're out there having fun, the time of their life. I coach freshmen, and I can yell at them, and then after the game,
but
Coach D, make a TikTok with me. They don't care. Like, we're having a good time, and I love my freshmen.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but there's certainly people still out there having fun, but there's certainly a thin line between the parents kind of forcing it on them.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like you could be the ambassador of fun. A, B, I think that the parents get in the way of so much. It's just crazy. And it's usually not the best kids. It's kind of that middle range kids that's trying to bump up to be the best.
Yeah.
Holy mother of God, those parents are out their damn mind.
Yeah, well, at Klein Collins, we don't have to deal with crazy parents. We have a pretty good group.
There you go.
But yeah, that's testament to Coach Lee, because she does not tolerate that either. Crazy parents. She has a really good system in place.
Would you want to coach in college or high school?
More or
yeah.
Saying? I mean,
What's the dream?
What's the dream? I want to be a head coach in high school. I would certainly go back to college, be an assistant. But there's just pros and cons to both, obviously. But my dream is to be a head coach in high school and then move up administration one day.
Why? And I know the answer to this, but why do you think high school would be the best fit for you? I already know the answer.
No, what are you going to say?
Because I think you can have a bigger effect on more people and that they'll never forget.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you might still remember your high school coach, but I guarantee you, and you'll deal with, I don't know, let's call it 60 kids a year, maybe more. But you're doing that times 10 years. You're really affecting more people and having kind of more granular impact on their lives.
Yeah. College is still having that impact. But yeah, like you said, you're having for sure a big impact on these players' lives. And I think whether it's high school, college, my biggest thing for coaching is relationships.
Yeah.
Building a relationship with the players. You said something about remembering my high school coach. I love my high school coach actually works in Klein ISD still. She works in the athletic administration now, but I love her, and she made a lasting. She's why I came back to Klein to coach. So, like you just said, you might know a little bit something.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, so yeah,
I just think you would be great at that. You are great. You because you're young. College is going to happen at some point. Let's do some high school and affect some people's lives, because kids need people like you in their life. Boom. All right, so. Who wins the national championship this year? I know what you're going to say, too. Because you're not.
I'm
You're
gonna do it.
Oh no. Okay, do
I'm
it.
not gonna do it. It's fine.
Who do you think wins?
Oh.
Who do you want to win? Who do you think's gonna win?
I want Texas to win.
Yes.
Um,
Who do you think's gonna win?
I think they can win. It's all about matchups. So, like, who are you? So they could potentially play Notre Dame in the Elite Eight. They lost to Notre Dame earlier in the year. Notre Dame's also trending downwards. They lost like 3 of their last 4 games or something like that, leading to the NCAA tournament. So it's all about matchups. I think Texas and South Carolina will play in the Final Four.
This is the rubber match because each of them won.
Yeah.
I love it too.
So South Carolina beat them in the SEC tournament. So they got a low win.
Didn't they?
They went
Texas
1-1.
beat them. Yeah.
Texas
beat them.
Texas is out for some revenge.
Okay, so that's who you want to win, and that's who you think will win.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm standing on it.
I'm gonna stand on. I want LSU to win.
Who's gonna tell them?
And I think that UConn's gonna win. And that is bold because I'm a SEC person, but I do love South Carolina. I love how they play. But anyways, all right. You know why? Because you were coached by Vic Shaefer. That's why you're rooting for them, and I understand that. So you'll be wrong.
That's not just why, but you'll see.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, so Dominique Dillingham has been an awesome guest. Klein Collins basketball, historic girls basketball player at Mississippi State, getting to the finals a couple years ago. We had to have you on just to talk basketball because this is hot on the brain right now with March Madness going on. Okay, Matt with VYPE, Dominique Dillingham. Love to got a Mississippi State Cowbell cooking. Alex Hinton making this show happen. All right, this is Matt. We'll see y'all at the games.